What is up, guys? Today I'm excited because guess what? We get to build something, we get to fish with it, and we get to film with it. What could be better for a YouTuber than to build something, fish with something, and make a video out of it? Hashtag monetized. Today we're going to be building a tip down with a 4-foot PVC pipe, a 3/8 by 7-inch carriage bolt, a 3/8 wing nut, and a 1/4 inch wooden dowel. Now you're also probably going to need to buy the fishing pole for 10 bucks. Wooden handle, by the way. You got to go with the wooden handle because we're going to drill through the handle. Graphite, not going to work so much. Here's the tools you're going to need. 1/4 inch drill bit right there. That is actually going to be for your fishing rod. This is your 3/8 inch bit for your PVC pipe. That's for your carriage bolt. All right, so now that we got all that out of the way, let's do some math, all right? So we got a 4-foot long PVC pipe, right? Well, I'm going to make my bases 14 inches long, which leaves how much left? 17? No, not 17. 20. That's right. 20 inches is what our stand's going to be. I really hope you're smarter than that guy. All right, let's get our measurements. Let's make our cuts, and then we'll start drilling the holes in the PVC pipe and the fishing rod. I just realized I need a tape measure. That's the other thing I forgot. A tape measure and a marker. You need to have those. Pro tip, when using your dad's chop saw and you manage to cut your fingers off, whatever you do, do not get blood on the chop saw. You will never hear the end of it. So let's get into cutting this piece of PVC. Try not to cut our fingers off, and definitely don't get blood on anything. So it helps to plug in the chop saw. Okay, so now that we have our pieces of PVC cut, we got to start drilling the 3/8 inch holes in these PVC bases and in the actual rod holder so that the carriage bolt can go through. So let's get to doing that. Important thing to note. You got to make sure the bolt is actually going, or the holes are going to be drilled straight through the PVC because you're going to send a bolt through it. So here's what I did. Just marked down, whoops, try that again. Just made notches, put them evenly, the ends evenly, made notches fairly close to each other. That way the bolt will go straight through the PVC. Another pro tip. Beautiful. You should always test fit the bolt to make sure it actually goes through the holes you just drilled. Make sure the holes are even. It's kind of important. Now to figure out where you need to drill the 3/8 inch hole into your main base. So all you're going to do is set your base down, lay your bases flat with the bolt already through them, and set your main pole holder, which is this one right here, down. Make your notch where that, here's your marker. Definitely need your marker right here. Definitely need this thing. Make your notch below and above that bolt, and that is where you're going to drill your hole. Alright, so now that we got our main base drilled out and our rod holder drilled out, you put the 7-inch carriage bolt all the way through the holes, and then to tighten it down, you put on your 3/8 inch wing nut, and there you have it. But we're not done yet. We still have to drill the 1/4 inch hole in the top of the rod holder here, and then drill our 1/4 inch hole through the wooden rod handle. Insert our 1/4 inch wooden dowel. Alright, so now we got to take off our 3/8 drill bit and put on our 1/4 inch drill bit. good to go. So the next thing that's very important is drilling the 1/4 inch holes on the top of the rod holder here. So I'm going to drill about 1/2 inch to 3/4 inches down from the top of this rod holder. And then I'm going to, oh, I forgot to mention, I apologize. I forgot to mention you're going to need a saw of some kind, because after you drill the 1/4 inch holes through the top of this, you're going to cut down the outside edges of those holes to make that notch for this wooden dowel that you got here to sit right in there like that. Little wooden dowel there is going to sit like that, but we have to cut down the sides of these holes. So we're going to cut down the hole, down to the side of the hole, just like this, right there and right there. Okay, so I found this bone saw. Smells like the deer I shot this year, because I'm pretty sure I used it on it. So this is what I'm going to use for the saw to cut the notches. If you have something else, go for it. Safety first, of course. And just pop it out like that. There you go. Beautiful. All right, so now our wooden dowel is just going to sit right like that. Perfect. So our next step after drilling out our notches right there for a wooden dowel is to actually cut notches on the front and the back side of this thing. The rod can actually tip up and down when a fish bites it. All right, so I'm going to measure my rod handle width here. I'm going to mark the width of this thing so that the entire rod can spin up and down freely. Right there, and right there. Okay, now to actually break this thing off, I'm going to use that 1/4 inch drill 2 holes here, and I should be able to break it off fairly easily. Okay, the last part here. Drilling our 1/4 inch hole through the handle of this wooden rod right here. Now, it's very important where you drill this. I found it best to drill it exactly underneath to where the reel sits. So there's that little white piece underneath that reel. Right below that, in the middle of this rod handle. That's where I'm going to drill this 1/4 inch hole. Alright, so we got our 1/4 inch hole drilled right there. Okay, so final product here. I do recommend cutting the notches a little bit shallower. I think I went a little deep and I actually had to cut off about a little less than 1/2 inch from the top. So shallow notches. Make sure you cut your notches here fairly deep. I think these are probably about 2.5 to 3 inches deep. And that way, when a fish grabs the line here, your rod can just tip down like that. Boom! Okay, so now that this mod is done, I'm going to build one more. Get the line out of my hands there. Going to build one more of these, and then we're going to go to the lake. Okay, so let's go really fast. Wait for it. Wait for it. Well, we made it to the lake. Here we go. We zoomed in. Nope, we're good. Oh, there we go. So I have my tip up, or my tip down. The tip down right here. I'm going to get that set up and put this on a tripod. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is my 3rd attempt of actually trying to film some fish, catching some fish on these tip downs. Hopefully we can get some decent sized crappie or bluegill on one of these tip downs. So here's how I'm tipping these. Just just a small jig head there. Really small jig head. Whoops, probably a little close. And then throwing one of these crappie nibbles on there. Dropping it about, 3-4 feet off the bottom. I hope I'm in frame right now. Just like that. Okay. I'm gonna go set my second one up over there. If this goes down, I'll get it on film. Hopefully we can catch a fish on it. There we go. No. Oh, had him right at the hole. There's a little bit of sunny. Baby sunny. That's how it's supposed to work. Tip down. And you're supposed to actually catch the fish. Just about to check the other one. Here we go. Little pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seed number 1 on the tip down. There we go. So before I finish this this video up, I wanted to show you the first attempt at making one of these. The one I didn't film. This is not what you want to do. The goal here is to make sure that this tips down, but it stays in line with your bases, not so that it tips. Hold on, I'm a little zoomed in, so it tips sideways to your bases. Because mostly because this needs to lean really far forward, so all the fish has to do is just barely tap it and it'll fall. But if it's angled like this, see what I mean right there? This is supposed to be over here. So this is looking straight on. See how the rod's not quite lined up straight, so don't make that mistake. This is my first attempt. Didn't film it though. The one I filmed was the one over here, and that one worked out because I've caught a couple fish on it already. And this is pretty much going to wrap up the video. If I catch more fish, I'll be sure to show them, but it's going to wrap up the video for me. I hope you enjoy the DIY tip down, and if you try it, hopefully you catch some fish. If you like this kind of do-it-yourself video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, if you're not a subscriber, at the end of the video you see my face holding a crappie. You can click on that. We'll see you next time.